Mhm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Once Upon a Game. We're playing a brand new game. We're doing playtesting and first-time playings of a game called Shipwreckers, which I'm super excited to do. This is your first time watching and tuning in to Once Upon a Game? Well, hi, I'm Eric. I'm Eric Volgaris, and I'm your host facilitator. Well, actually, host tonight, not facilitator tonight. Woo! Yay! I like when that happens. I don't have to do as much. Yay! But yeah, we play story games here. If you never played a story game, that's cool. This is also a good place to learn about what they are. They're like fancy,
They're like
special.
regular role-playing games, but you cry more.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually, no one's the GM.
I was gonna say there's a lot more crying, and typically it's about building something up into an incredible, amazing, beautiful thing, and then smashing it or burning it down, or in some kind of way making it sad. It's a lot of fun.
That sadness.
Yes, that
that.
Sweet sadness.
We build a Jenga tower of sadness.
Yes.
Slowly pull out the pieces until it all comes down. So that's what we
Dread
do.
is actually the proto story game.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, so anyways, it's special. It involves a lot of active listening, a lot of improv kind of things, and also sort of like, the classic be obvious, go with the first thing that comes in your head. You don't have to be just reincorporate it. Just constantly listen, and as well, recognize that we're people playing this game together, and that you individually, you represent a minority stake in sort of the entire story, right? You're 25% of this group. So, you'll have some say, and then other times some people will have ideas and they'll build off things, and it's totally cool because it's ours, not necessarily yours. In that way, it's special in those regards, and it's an exercise in just watching us create something better than we could create ourselves. It's a really, really beautiful thing to do, and I don't think that's. It becomes, in the words of Ryan Macklin, the game becomes a vessel of our truth, and I think that's pretty cool.
Poignant.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. It's something very special, and to do that, we have to make sure that we're making sure that we remember we're people playing a game and that we're safe, and we're doing that kind of stuff too, right? So if there's any problems, just be vigilant with one another. If someone's looking like they got, they're not haven't spoken a while, or they're kind of like, they haven't really been engaged, especially after someone introduced something they looks like they were on the fence about, just inquire, and likewise feel comfortable to be like, hey, can we not do this thing? And, of course, I have to point to the back. We have the X card available, break glass if there's a problem. No problem. We can always do that, 30 minutes into it, 3 hours. Who cares? We're smart people. We can work around whatever content is because your safety is our priority, right? Like, you can't, that violates the entire point of getting together on a weekday to go have fun and share stories if we're not having a good time and feel safe. So that trumps everything. Yep. That's sort of the style of our game here. Like, so we're all looking here to have a good time. It's definitely no pressure.
Crying. No.
Yeah, no pressure. Just
it's
also
not necessarily a sad game.
No,
not necessarily.
Right.
Well, we can make it one.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So, before we get into and I hand this over to Luke to steer this boat into the rocks, so to speak. We should go over and discuss who we are as a cast, right? So once again, I'm Eric, and my pronouns are he, him. Luke, take it away.
Hello. Yes. Hi, I am Luke. My pronouns are they, them. By day, I am a professional GM for children. By night, I am a game designer and do shows like this, I guess, where I play role-playing games and people watch me. I designed this game, in fact, this very game that we're about to play. That I like shipwrecks. And as the GM, I will be trying to make a really good one. That is me. I'm done.
Strange but related question. Are shipwrecks technically like the proper term for when a ship, like a ship is sunk? Or is it sunk?
I mean,
like if you're shipping two people, like a ship,
right? A ship just wrecked.
Yeah, would it be wrecked?
I think sunk is normally the fandom term that is used to describe.
Oh, it is.
When,
okay, it's sunk.
Okay, when your ship gets like hand of guarded by the showrunner, that's been sunk. It hasn't been wrecked normally, terminologically.
Okay, thank you.
I'm done.
Awesome, Caleb.
Hi, I'm Caleb. I would love to do role-playing games professionally, but I do not. I'm a simple college student who loves role-playing games, and I do actually stream my own stuff role-playing game-wise on Twitch at twitch.tv/Caleb Powers. The thing we're doing right now is a Friday night Burning Wheel game. It's been ongoing for some time now, and yes, Burning Wheel is my favorite game of all time. Yes, the Hot Circle, absolutely the Hot Circle.
Okay,
yeah, so that's
where was that one more time?
Twitch.tv/Caleb Powers.
Yeah.
Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we do that Burning Wheel thing. So that's exciting. And Hailfire in the chat is one of my players, so that's why he's here. So
yes, that Hot Circle.
Can we just discuss for a moment? I learned the other day. Apparently, Luke Crane only learned at PAX Unplugged that people call it the Hot Circle.
I heard that too.
Because Adam told him.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke doesn't run in these circles.
Yeah.
Right.
Luke doesn't hang out with the kids. He's not cool.
No, he hangs out on that sweet Kickstarter yacht. That's in the middle of New York City.
True.
Yeah.
Truth. But yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
The reason he's PDF, he doesn't like PDFs is because he's actually afraid of the internet.
Yeah. That's so good, Caleb. So that's super excited. I love when people get to come on our show and tell us about their channels and that they're playing Burning Wheel, especially.
Yes.
That's great. I love that stuff. So how long has that game been going on?
It's been going kind of on and off. We've done like Burning Wheel and then something else since about September of last year. So
okay, cool.
Nice.
I got a cast of about 70 NPCs in that game in this giant list. So it's been there's lots of stuff happening. It's a good time.
Let's ask the important questions. Does anyone have faith in a dead god?
No. There's one character right now who has faith, and they recently switched gods in which they have faith in.
God.
So, but yes. So
just kill that god. It's fine.
Yes. Interesting. No, that's super awesome. I was asking selfishly to see how many hours it would take for me to catch up. So that's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Caleb. And last but certainly not least, Mortem. Hi.
Hello, my name is actually Ryan, but Mortem is, as I used to represent the close encounter and soft blanket of death coming near me. Anyway, moving on from that. Hello.
Yes.
I am just a normal university student who likes to roleplay. I actually don't have much else to say outside that.
Hey, that's great. The more the merrier.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's very, very short and sweet. Great. Well, we're happy to have you. Welcome back to the show.
Yep. Indeed.
Great. And real quick, what was everyone's pronouns, Luke?
They, them.
He, him.
Or Ryan?
He, him.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So I think with that all out of the way, intros are done. Luke, do you want to take it away and facilitate this?
Yeah.
Game. Yeah. So we're about to play a game that I wrote.
It's one page.
It's one page. Take that, John Harper. Master the 2-page RPG. I'm gonna outdo you yet, John Harper. It's 1-page RPG. This is the first time it has been played. So we're about to see what happens. But I think it will go well because I stole a bunch of it from John Harper. So this game is called Shipwreckers. It is a role-playing game about one night and one wreck in the lives of a crew of shipwreckers working the Cornish coast in the late 1700s. It is a game for 3 to 6 players, 1 MC, that is me, and between 2 to 5 wreckers. And it should take between 2 and 3 hours to play, I think. So, each wrecker, that's you guys, has responsibility for describing their character, their actions, equipment, skills, thoughts, feelings, so on and so forth. The MC has responsibility for the world of late 18th century Cornwall. The weather, the sea, the landscape, the local people, and the wild magic that haunts this desolate stretch of coast. As players, we all share responsibility for the tone and mood of the game, and for setting and carrying through on stakes as part of action resolution. We'll get to that in a bit. To play, we need a copy of the sheet, a copy of the map. We don't have a map yet. I'm still working on that part. And up to 10 6-sided dice. Thankfully, Roll20 gives us at least 10 of those. So
At least 10, maybe more.
yeah, maybe more. I don't know. So how this game works is pretty simple. First things first, we're going to build your crew of wreckers and like the landscape you live in. Then we're gonna open the game. We're gonna have some of the spooky ambience. We're gonna create our characters. We're gonna go trundling down the cliffs as the cry of wreck goes up, and we know that there's money to be made. And then we're gonna see what you guys find down in the cove on that wrecked ship and how good and or difficult it is.
Right.
And then we're gonna deal with some shit, and some of you might live and some of you might die. I don't know. Anything could happen. And then we play until your plunder is safely hidden away or sold on, and you are safely inside out of the storm. That is the point at which this scenario like closes. And this game is designed to technically be very easy to turn into a campaign because it's charts, and so you could just generate a new wreck and then be like, a week later.
Yeah.
But like in theory, it's just a one shot. That's like, it's designed to be a one shot. The rest is all if you want to go there.
There have a few games like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Rain and Storm background music. Yes? No?
yes, Eric.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, no. Hold off for now. I'll cue you. I'll tell you when.
Okay.
I'll tell you when. There's
Yeah,
a
like those
specific
candles,
point.
though. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
There's a specific point in the game where it tells you to like make everything moody and atmospheric.
Yeah.
We'll
Excellent.
So, let's make your crew. So, in poverty-stricken Cornwall, there are many reasons one might turn to wrecking as a trade. What drives your crew? And you're going to choose one of these. Genuine desperation, a better life for your families, greed and opportunity, ambition and social mobility, political sentiment, or family legacy. Discuss among yourselves.
I personally like ambition. I've always liked playing the ambitious sort of characters.
Ambition and social mobility.
Yeah. If not, then I think political sentiment would be the next one I would be happiest with. But what about you guys?
I definitely like the idea of either shared history. I mean, can we be a family?
I was thinking toward that. Like, I'm down with us being like a family.
So
that would be awesome.
The next
Family
step
legacy.
we're gonna pick. The next step we're gonna pick is what holds you together. But yeah, you totally
Well, like a family
yeah.
with family legacy, right? Like
Yeah, right. Like your grandpappies
Yeah.
and your great grandpappies.
my grandfather was a shipwrecker, and my father was a shipwrecker.
Yeah, my father before him. All right, so family legacy.
Yeah.
Are we happy with that?
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. I'm going to just put a little box around it, and then I'm going to realize that box is too thin, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger so that it is visible to the folks at home. There we go.
Yes.
Cool. So then, next question. What holds you together? And you guys can choose one or two of these. It's up to you. A loose agreement, bonds of blood, bonds of friendship, mutual reliance, need and desperation, past loyalty, shared faith, or shared history.
So I want to bring up that I don't think we should choose bonds of blood. I think it would be more interesting.
That doesn't hold us together.
Yeah, I think it'd be more interesting if it was need and desperation or shared history or past loyalty. Like that's
Personally,
Like,
I like.
there's not a happy family. is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
personally like. I personally like mutual alliance mixed with past loyalty. I think that would make a nice, like, we have a past loyalty to each other because, well, we have been doing this for years. It is our family thing. But we also have a mutual alliance on each other, but we all know that together we are much better than separate.
Right. It's not that we're like, we have bonds of blood and that's what we care about. It's that, all right, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and like we have a mutual reliance on each other because we have to, like, that's what we're used to.
I think we could do the mutual reliance, and I like the idea that there was a point in time maybe where we like got out of this, and now something has brought us back for, like, you know, the quote unquote one last job.
One last job. And
Right.
it's been,
That's
You know what I mean? Like, it's like
Marks.
like someone died and like we owe a bunch of money,
Mine,
Yeah,
and so
the
this is the
local
thing we
mine has,
gotta
like,
do. And
Yeah,
Family
the mine-
debt.
Bad
mine has run
harvest.
dry. There's been a bad fishing season.
Yeah, something.
Y'all are like desperate and starving. Yeah.
So something messed up, and so the family had to come together. Like we've all moved off. Like with some of you in the town, and like some, or something like that. And so
what
if we have
like
that sort of thing, which is why I don't want to say bond of blood. Or it's
Right,
I don't think that's really what it's about.
Sure.
It's this other thing.
So yeah, mutual alliance and need and desperation. That's
What if our dad recently died and he left us like a whole bunch of debt, and like because family legacy is like super important to us, we're like we got to save the family, right? We got to go get some loot and save the family name.
I'm trying to figure out the name of this game for like the subtitle of our campaign. But
Yeah.
Right now I'm coming up with The Fast and the Furious, which isn't as good, but we're getting
Eric,
close.
No.
We're a family.
No.
Against the rule. Eric, you're canceled. Mute yourself. All right. So it sounds like I'm hearing need and desperation and like shared
Mutual alliance.
peace and mutual alliance.
So need and desperation. I feel like let's just do that for purposes.
Need and desperation on
I
its
feel
own?
like we all have an idea after speaking what it's about, like what it is.
What the
And we
context of that
right.
means.
The key thing is need and desperation. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can understand that.
So there's a couple of details that you guys now get to pick for yourselves.
Yes.
What kind of people make up your crew? Is it just young people? Is it just old people? Is it men? Is it women? Is it Christians? Well, I mean, in the time, that's the question is actually, is it Protestants or is it Catholics?
Yeah.
Is it some combination of those factors? Like who is in your crew? What kind of people are allowed?
Because of a family, I imagine it's actually quite separate. I personally would like to be quite an old gentleman.
Ugh.
Like not oldish, I'm talking about over 50 to 60.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Character creation comes later, but just like demographically, right? Are we talking like is it basically anyone who's in the family? Is the
I was thinking that, right? It's just the extended family. It's all the cousins and the aunts and uncles and all
cool
that.
as hell.
Yeah.
Who leads it? Is it the oldest person? Is it the most experienced person? Is it the most directly blood related person? Is it no one? What's the leadership type situation?
I think it's our mom or the widow to the father who died.
Yeah.
Sure. And she she doesn't go down to the Rex anymore because she's like too old.
Yeah.
She's like the leader. Yeah, that's
the
cool.
matriarch. The matriarch of my family, essentially.
Cool.
I would also add on individual missions. It's not divided by age, but usually it's the oldest anyway, but by experience. Who has actually gone on the most missions? So
I mean, I feel like our father used to do a bunch of missions, and so he's not around anymore. So it's the life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they probably did it as a team for most of the time, right?
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with that.
Led by mom. Yep, cool. And does your crew have a name?
I mean, it's our last
our
name,
family
right?
name, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I don't know if you have a last name generator, but like I can just find a Cornish last name.
I mean, like Cornish names are just like very strange, Eric. Just in general.
If you want to come up with a weird one, I like the name Unorlox. Unorlox. That's the one it's a classic I use.
I think we might. I think what we might do actually is we might steal a name from the village list.
Okay.
I think those are all like appropriately good weird surnames for people to be called.
Okay.
So, if we had the map, we would now mark where on the coast we live. So we're gonna create like a couple of nearby local villages. Villages might have names like, brace yourselves, Bodinick, Cadgwith, Feoc, Gwithian, Hollywell, Lancelos, Mevagissy, Pentawin, Rinzi, and Trenaran.
Quick question.
This game is actually because I just think Cornish names are the coolest shit ever. It's the whole point.
Is Lancelos the Cornish for Lancelot? Like, is that where that comes from?
I don't believe so.
Oh, it's just a coincidence.
We can decide that it is if you would like.
We are descended from Lancelot.
I'm Rinzi.
Lancelot. I mean, look, Cornwall is very central to a lot of the.
I'm Rinzi. I want to be Rinzi. I'm pretty sure I want to be. Is that a? Here's a question though. Are these neutral names?
So this is the.
Oh, they're the last names. Yeah, surnames.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is the family surname that we're choosing.
I'm done with Rinzi as a last name.
Yeah, Rinzi.
Yeah, the Rinzi
The
gang.
Rinzi family. Yeah.
Rinzi family.
The Rinzi Wreckers or whatever.
Oh, that's good. The Rinzi
The
Wreckers.
Rinzi Wreckers.
There you go, Eric. That's your fucking title right there.
Rinzi.
Shipwreckers,
Nice.
the Rinzi Wreckers.
Mhm,
Totally.
mhm.
All right. And so let's choose. So we're the Rinzis. Are we named after a nearby village that is the village of Rinzi?
Oh, that's actually hard to say.
That would make sense. I mean, isn't that how most villages are set up? They're like 3 families together in like close proximity.
We possibly we've been, by the sound of it, we've been here for a long while, so it's possible we actually founded this thing secretly so we can scavenge. Actually, we founded this village so we can actually cut it so close to the coast where people get wet.
Okay, so like shipwrecking is not that old a trade. I think the village predates your family's like wrecking practices.
Yeah.
Like, it's more likely that you guys are like a side offshoot of like the main like the main Rinzi clan founds the farm, and then like some black sheep nephew of theirs like marries into another family, and then their kids like multiply, and then that's where you'll come from.
Daniel in chat brings up Lancelos is a capital of capital a ancient village. So I think maybe that's what it means.
There we go. Yeah.
And it was around the time of William the Conqueror.
Old
so it's
village.
pretty old. Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's pick one other name. Let's have like another nearby village. Which one from the
I'm
list
down with Trenarin.
do you like?
Yeah.
Trenarin?
Cool.
Trenarin. We hate the Trenarins.
Yes.
Sort of a rival clan, I would think.
Cool.
Maybe they're not rival wreckers, but like we just have,
Rival
This
family.
is your village rivalry in general.
yeah.
That's enough.
All right, cool. So
They always charge us extra at the inns and stuff when we're there. Like we know the rate's that's not the right rate.
we know what's going on. We know. Yeah, cool. So it sounds like I'm picturing that you guys like live somewhere between like the village of like the village of Rinzi is down there like on like a cliff overlooking the coast or something, and then like down kind of like a couple miles in the other direction is Trenarin, which is like a little port like town,
Right.
and you guys live like somewhere on the cliff faces.
I think subjectively we don't like Trenarin because they rip everybody off. Trenarin is like Rinzi because we rip everybody off. Objectively, we both rip everybody off.
Yeah, exactly.
They rip people off more.
Yeah, but they're just they're not googly about it.
They're just assholes about it.
They'll rip off fellow members of Rinzi instead of just everyone else. We have standards. We look after our own
guys. Yeah. So just to keep on theme here, does one of these villages have a lighthouse?
I mean, we're about to make a decision. We're about to make a decision.
Oh shit! No, that's why we hate each other. We each have we're only allowed to have one lighthouse, and we have to fucking keep like fighting about who has the proper lighthouse.
Yep.
Eric, slow down. We're about to go there.
No, I'm already doing it. I've already scrapped this and brought out Blades in the Dark. I've already done. No, I'm just kidding.
So
I'm sorry. This is super exciting. I'm really into this.
Me too.
So in a landscape as unforgiving as the Cornish coast, people are forced to know each other. When grudges last generations and paying your debts is a matter of pride, it is vital to know your neighbors, among your neighbors who can be trusted, who has loose lips, who owes you help, and who will do you mischief if they can. So now we've got a list of some people. You're going to pick 2 good contacts and 1 bad contact. I'm just going to say it. The bad contact is a Trenarin, of the family that founded the village.
Right.
So just for chat, those people are Karantok, an elderly scavenger, Edern, a village constable, Howell Marek, a local noble, Jowan, a village priest, Carenza, a village busybody, Melon, a lighthouse keeper, see what I did there, Talon, a skillful fence, or Treve, a rival wrecker.
Okay, so hear me out on this.
Okay.
I think what if it was our father's dream? And once again, this is just me, so you can say screw it if you don't like it, right? But pause it. It was our father's dream to build the lighthouse for the town, and we didn't get it. But we spent all the money on the construction, and that's why we're in debt. And Drenarin's got the lighthouse.
Oh shit!
That's good. That's really good. I'm super down with that.
And
so
Merlin.
Melon Trinarin is the lighthouse keeper.
Oh,
Yeah, because
absolutely.
that's like so like subtle enough to be like that could be true, and like that's why we don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I like that. In terms of our good contacts, this could just be for me, but I personally would like to. I like the local noble. We're a well-respected family, even though we do this illegal business. Like we're an old family. Like as we might be a slight offshoot, but we're still a well-respected family. So I think a local noble would be would be helpful to us.
Yeah, totally.
Do you like this idea? But because we're old,
I'm down with that.
Well, I definitely like the idea of the noble being involved. Now, why are we red circling Melon?
Because red circle means bad contact.
Right, and so why are they the bad contact?
I thought, well, aren't they the lighthouse keeper in the other village, Eric? The rival village that you don't like, who have the lighthouse?
Right. Well, okay.
No, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Well,
I may just be getting ahead of myself. It's not my decision.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Well, I had the idea that maybe like Melon is like, I'm a lighthouse keeper. I just go where the lighthouse is. I'm sorry, man. I wish it was here. And so they're actually like our friend in the village, and they're like our inside person.
No, I like that.
Okay,
I
like that. Okay.
All right, so Melon is a good contact.
Yeah,
like Melon's part of our family and is forced to live there now because like they're the one with like the no, that was the fucking compromise, guys. That's what it was. So we lost it, but the noble was like, "Sorry, man, but we're gonna let it so you still run that place." But we're like, we're not fucking moving over there.
And then
Melon,
and then Howell,
but Melon,
and then
of course,
Howell Marek. Howell Marek, the noble, is your other good contact.
Yeah, and so
who's your bad contact then?
I just got a suggestion.
The priest?
I was actually just going to suggest that why don't we let Caleb do it? Just because I decided a good contact, you just decided a good contact. So Caleb, so it's actually good. We got free contacts with our free players. So
I was thinking like one of the ones that would maybe be the best is Treve, a rival wrecker, right? He's the main wrecker of the Trinarin wrecking.
Treve Trinarin,
right?
Rival wrecker.
Yes. Yes,
that sounds like the best name for a TV show.
That's good.
Ever.
I was feeling like I was over contributing anyway, so that sounds perfect. I'm so glad you're on the same page.
No, I'm
Ryan.
feeding off your enthusiasm. Like I'm down with it.
Yeah, this
Treve,
is good.
a rival wrecker. All right, cool. And now finally, Cornwall is an ancient place where superstition rules and spirits sometimes walk among the living. Wreckers, you guys together get to choose one haunting. I'm gonna get to choose another. And our options are enchanting voices rising from the cove, live beautiful youths swimming below the waves, the Bodman beast, huge black cat-like roaming the cliff tops in search of prey, ships all aglow with pale glimmering starlight, ghostly pirates or wreckers still plying their trade, a great dark shape moving in the water, dark scaled coils and a great yawning mouth, or the local peller, a conjurer and folk healer, a practitioner of white magic or of blacker arts.
Okay.
We choose one.
You guys choose one, and I get to pick another.
Right.
I'm immediately drawn to the Pella. I just always like the. Like I imagine he's like I just like him. I imagine we actually have some semblance of relationship with him just because of our old family ties, and we got ancient blood ties here. But we actually don't trust him. So
to be just to remind you all, right? You'll have responsibility for your wreckers. I have responsibility for the world.
Yeah.
You guys pick which haunting is in play. You do not get to define the terms by which you relate to it.
Sure.
Okay. I did not realize that. I still think the pillars would be the best. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer first?
That's if I had to vote, that's my vote as well, actually.
Yeah, I have no preference, so yeah, I'm down with that.
No, I was thinking about it, but I wanted to be quiet and try not to bias other people's opinions.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So there's a local wizard. Which one do I
named
like?
Marlin?
Yeah, little hedge wizard.
Do I want a sea serpent or some sirens?
You do love your seas.
I do, Eric.
I mean,
I like to write games
so.
about
It's true.
This is not the first game about the sea I've written.
The true supernatural horror in Cornwall is the dialect.
Oh, snap.
That's some shade. That's some long distance shade.
How do you think the wizard casts their spells?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
By butchering the English
Good
language.
news, you know magic. The bad news, you also have to, Welsh.
Yeah, it's Cornish, not Welsh. Different languages.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Cornish is
You know what? I'm feeling like some mermaids and sirens today. I think that's gonna be fun.
I'm down
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I super dig the local pillar now. The more I think about it.
So, once you have your crew, good job, everyone. It's time to build the mood. Light some candles, dim the lights, play a little storm noise. Eric, now's your chance. Now's your moment.
This is my moment.
This is your moment. Do your production magic.
The sun.
You got it going.
Here we go.
Nice.
Yes. All right, now choose one player to read the opening text from the first column to set the scene. I am happy to if no one else would like to volunteer.
I actually would like to volunteer because I like reading things out sometimes. So which column?
Who was that?
Me.
Yes,
What?
sorry.
Morton.
I can't tell because I'm busy looking at Roll20 and not at your adorable faces. So just Mortem, everything from that very first column under Shipwreckers.
So
Cornwall down
Rugged.
down to the little stars.
Yes. Cornwall, rugged coastlines of high cliffs and sheltered bays, flowers glowing bright and wild on the headlands, small villages tucked in sheltered corners out of the wind and rain. People here are poor, escaping at a meager living as farmers and fishers or miners. Hard labor and long hours for uncertain profit, and there are mouths at home to feed. Small watermen that they say that everyone in Cornwall, from the oldest grandmother to the littlest child, is part of the wrecking trade.
All
So when the weather's...
Let's shift. Caleb, can you read from here? All right, we're gonna break it up. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So when the weather's mood shifts in an instant from sunlight to impenetrable fog, when storms scream between the Isles of Scilly and the mainland and drive the ocean to fury, when the tide and currents drag ships onto the sharp reefs that lurk beneath the waves, and the wind drives them into the inhospitable Cornish coast, on such nights.
On such nights, daring folk gear up with axes and crowbars and pick their way down cliffside paths, braving the elements for plunder and salvage. And tonight, out past the headland, on the crawling sea, a ship is struggling, foundering, sinking. And when she washes ashore...
you will be waiting. So, picture your crew, huddled inside when the cry goes up. Wreck headed ashore. It's... Let me see. What kind of an evening is it?
Yeah, what kind of weather?
Give me a moment.
This is a very soothing storm sound.
Okay.
I'm digging it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, this is good. All right. So, there's high winds tonight. I think that's the main tenor of the weather, right? Like there is a storm going on, but the distinguishing feature, the key thing is that you can hear the wind screaming outside. You can hear it tugging at the shutters of the windows. You can hear it tugging at the little, things that you put on a roof. I'm totally blanking on the word. The tiles of the roof. I think the fire is guttering in the fireplace as the wind swoops in down the chimney. It's cold. Set for me the scene. Describe for me together now. Work as a team. What does the inside of your house look like? What does the Rincey family shack look like on the inside?
Guernsey family shack.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would just say, I actually think it's a damn mess because the funeral of our father has recently just happened. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
All, like we brought like trunks and bags, right, from wherever else we were, and like they're all piled in the corner. Yeah.
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 You know, it's a damn mess.
Past its
The mood
prime.
is somber, I imagine.
It's still
Maybe.
what hearthy maybe is the word I'm looking for. It's warm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's obviously a lot of decorum, just like knickknacks, I imagine.
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of blankets? For some reason, I'm picturing a lot of like either like blankets sorted around. Maybe because we were expecting guests for sake, but also because it's wintry and cold.
A lot of
there's like spaces on the floor set out for like people to sleep.
Yeah.
Quote unquote blankets, and it's actually just like whole swathes of sailcloth you've taken from the way that your father like 40 years ago took off a wreck and then cut up into blankets and like stitched them in layers of 5, and there's like everywhere in the house is covered in them.
Yeah, there's a lot of blankets. And yeah, I imagine we have a pretty nice fire going with the kettle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so I think we hear the cry go up from up in the roof. I think there's an attic in your house, and up in the rafters there's like a tiny little perch next to like a great big window, and it's like probably the single most expensive thing in your entire house. This like thick glass window. And one of your family members is like perched up there with their eyes fixed on the coast, and they've seen it out at sea. The black shape of a ship like moving perilously close to shore. The cry goes up, and so your mother turns and she looks at the family, the matriarch Rinzi. And she doesn't there's no words, she just nods. And you all get the message. Time to get going.
Gives us the nod.
You grab your gear, you step out, you open the door, you have to like fight against the wind to push it open, and then once you get it past that halfway point, it like swings all the way and slams against the outside wall of the house. And then all of you are out in the stinging rain and the cold.
The fire's cut out.
Yeah, totally. And you hurry down a narrow cliffside path. And at this point, we're going to turn our gaze from the crew to its members. So, for each wrecker, you will need a name. Pick one. Ostel, Brannock, Caswarren, Cheston, Demelza, Easeld, Gerrans, Q, Lowena, Maraud, Newland, Petrock, Ruin, Sterren, Trigereth, or Wenna.
These are great names.
And I think what we'll do is if everyone picks a color that is not one of the colors that we're already using, and just like writes under their things, I think that'll probably be easiest.
So which of you? So I have a. What do you call it? I have a foil for somebody. So I want my character to be sort of the older sister, or maybe even younger sister, who didn't get a chance to leave home and is resentful of someone who did. Right? But that makes me an experienced wrecker. Like that makes me like but I have a chip on my shoulder, and I want to feel like I'm better than you. Like you're like, oh, you're back in my house now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like while you're off getting book learning.
One step at a time. Does everyone have a name?
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Pick a color and underline one.
Like let's.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just so excited.
Luke,
names are important.
You can't hold this excitement.
Take a breath, Eric. I can and I will.
Screw it. I'm going with Demelza. That's a character in Poldark, but you know.
It's a good fucking. It's a great name.
I love that name.
It's a good Cornish name. All right. So next, you're gonna choose your skills and virtues. Pick 3. And you'll start doing that as I read them. So for chat, those are born lucky, broad-backed, cautious and careful, drives a hard bargain, experienced wrecker, familiar with ships.
I'm sorry, the internet is
a bit choppy. Mortem?
Yeah, on my end it is. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine. Your video's not coming through.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
It's
you.
the storm.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think it's actually, my computer is, okay. Yeah, that's annoying. I have no idea what's causing this. Yeah.
Australian internet's not the best.
Do you mind if I quickly leave and come back on?
I didn't hear what that was.
I think you said, do you mind if I quickly leave and come back on real quick?
Yeah. I mean, we can go to our break first if you want.
We can go to a very strange cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
okay,
cliffs...
wait. Yeah.
Wait.
Cliffhanger is actually a skill of virtue.
I think it's back.
Yes.
Oh,
Can
actually,
you see me?
You do seem to be much better.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it seems to be much better. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. No. So let me. Where was I?
Okay, yeah, it's getting better now, thankfully, for my end as well.
Cool. Okay. So let's just.
So, familiar with the ships, former smuggler,
Yep.
good with their hands, ruthless, second sight, sharp-eyed, skilled swimmer, tough as nails, weatherproof, well liked. Everyone gets to pick 3. You are allowed to overlap, but like diversity is cool, so like try and have at least some original ones.
Right. All right. Owena's good with her hands, tough as nails, and weatherproof.
Yeah, I like her already. She's amazing. I'm gonna write her name down with her pronouns so I don't forget.
Carries a grudge the size of the Cornwall coast. It's not available.
God, that's good though. Yeah, that's on the posters for the movie version of this, right? The Shipwreckers coming to cinemas near you. On the poster that's just Lowena on a cliff edge, like silhouetted against the storm. That's totally her, like little.
Carries a
tagline.
grudge as long as the Cornish coast.
All right, and then we've got. So for Demelza, we've got Born Lucky, Second Sight, and Well Liked. Oh, I like this character. This is gonna be cool.
I think
I'm
I'm
still working out
down
my
with being
last
your
one.
foil, Eric.
Okay.
Yep. And then we've got Cautious and Careful, Former Smuggler, and what else are you thinking?
I'm still considering. Here's a, okay.
Yep.
I'm,
And then Caleb Demelza, is she her?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, it's like a matriarchal Cornish family. I'm into it.
cautious and careful, familiar ships, and a former smuggler.
Yeah, totally. So like I'm getting the feeling of like sea smuggler, not land smuggler.
Yeah.
So like you were out in like the southeast of England for a while, smuggling out of there. Pronouns for the character?
Him. He's a him.
He, him. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So all wreckers carry the following: belt knives, coils of rope, hatchets, pickaxes, and warm clothes. Each carries one additional mundane thing. Perhaps a burglar's lantern, a cross or Bible, flint and tinder, an inherited blade, lockpicks and chisels, maps of the coast, medical supplies, a pistol, a sharp saw, strong brandy, sturdy shoes, or tobacco. And everyone gets to pick one.
I already made my choice.
Was it your father's? Did Dad have like an
no.
old like cutlass or something in the attic?
No, it actually belongs to my uncle.
Yep.
I followed more along his trial than my father. My father was a wrecker, but I followed more on my uncle with the smuggling.
Yeah, and your uncle, I'm getting the impression, was that breed of smuggler who doesn't always do it on things that are unattended goods, and sometimes does it on attended goods and then takes them away.
Can you please repeat that?
I'm getting the impression that your uncle was the kind of smuggler who like attacks people and steals their stuff and then smuggles it, not the kind who just like finds stuff lying around and then smuggles it.
Somewhat true, but only on dire circumstances.
Yeah,
He usually, yeah. He's sort of actually back from his army stays, so.
Of course. Yep. And then we've got so Demelza's got a pistol.
Yep.
And Luena's got sturdy shoes.
Yeah, I got Dad's shoes.
So finally,
Dad's big
on
old boots.
Cornwall's haunted shores, no one escapes being a little touched by the strange. For each wrecker, choose and create one: a talisman, a knack, or an accord. So pick which one you want to have, and then you and I can like dicker back and forth about the terms of it. Mortem?
Can I please ask, what is a knack and an accord? I got a general idea of what they are, but I just wanted to know exactly.
So a knack is like a skill an uncanny skill, right? It's like maybe when you flip coins, this would be a very minor one, but it's an example, right? Maybe whenever you flip coins, they just always fucking come up heads, or whenever you roll dice, they always roll sixes.
Okay.
Like just some weird, petty supernatural skill that you have that is just a bit unnatural. And then an accord means that you have a bargain with some kind of supernatural bullshit that gives you some measure of help or protection or minor powers, as long as you hold your end of the deal up. And
I really want an accord.
That's the key thing there, right? Okay, cool. So yep. So
I'll wait until
Demelza's
everybody
gonna
else
accord.
chooses.
Yep. Okay. So Demelza.
Oh my god, I know what mine is. Okay.
Demelza, what is your accord with?
I
mean, we know that there's a wizard and there's some mermaids.
Yeah, I was gonna say like can it be with like the lithe, beautiful youth swimming beneath the waves?
The mermaids? Fuck yeah, it can.
Yeah. Can I have basically
With
like
the
I made a
mermaids?
deal with the mermaids that basically gave me like my uncanny luck and
I think this is how it's gonna work. You tell me what you want from them, and I'll tell you
what they gave
like,
you.
I think that's how it's gonna work. Like you say to me, I went to basically
and
you went
asked
to the
them for
mermaids and
this.
you said to them, "Here is
Yep.
what I asked for," and I'm gonna
Yep.
tell you what they demanded in exchange. So you go first.
Yeah, I think.
And this is just to make it clear, this is a thing that can add on beyond just your skills and virtues. Like this is your prime way to get like extra shit above and beyond the kind of default stuff that a character can have.
Sure.
Uncanny luck is just like, whatever. Anyone can have that shit. You just gotta be born lucky. It's fine. This is a big deal. It's a big deal. You sold your soul to some
If you're
mermaids
thinking
or
about
something.
it, can I jump in? Because I totally have my
Tell
fucking
us-
thing.
Tell me about
All
your
right.
fucking.
Okay.
Tell me about
I'm
your
so
fucking
excited about this.
talisman.
I might need
you
some
are.
help thinking about what it looks like, but I know exactly what the fuck it is. All right. So
Okay.
here it is. So lay it on me. My love's a sailor. And so they gave me a token of their charms, and what it does, it can rebuke like sea things for like a little bit. Like it's that luck. It's their token of their affection, being like, hold on to this for when I come back and we'll get married. Only it's been years,
totally.
and they have not come back yet.
Oh, man.
But I'm holding out a
Harsh
hope,
jokes.
and I think maybe this is like one of those things that like I'm kind of stubborn, and I think it's true, and I honestly think it's true, and I hope it's true that love is true, and I hold on to this talisman, and it does have some kind of property, but like it helps sailors, and so like I don't know, but because I'm not a sailor, but it has some kind of effect with this I imagine sea creatures. It can like rebuke them.
Is your love like a local or
No.
from like a little further up the coast in Wales, right?
Yeah. I think it might have been.
I know what it is.
Can it be someone? Okay, this might be too far, and it's definitely Scrimshaw something. That makes perfect sense of why it's becoming a bone, and that's why it has something to do with creatures. I'm thinking that could have been a survivor of a wreck that we like helped in our house, and like I kind of fell in love with,
like,
and then yeah.
Oh, and he
Ooh,
that's
that's
so
good. I
sad.
like that.
That's
Right?
really upsetting.
And then once their comrades like found them, they kind of he went off and been like, well, I'll be seeing you. I'll come back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Right?
So
And I'm totally smitten.
He found it.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you where he found it. That's
No.
a mystery in and of itself.
He never told
But
me.
the
He
object-
never told me. He never told me where he got
it's
it.
a pearl.
Oh yeah, of course it's a pearl.
It's like
Yeah.
a pearl the size of an eyeball, like the big fucking pearl.
Oh shit.
And it's
Okay.
been carved in these like swirling, like wave-like patterns, like incredibly fine, like tiny lines.
Yeah.
And really, it's only when you hold it up to a fire and let light reflect off it and cast on the wall that you can see the patterns clearly.
I've never let
Yeah.
anyone. So like, I'm sure you guys have heard that I have this, but I have never shown it to anybody.
Yep.
Right. So let's play. So like, play it that way. Like, you guys know about it, but I've never shown it to you.
Yeah, so it's a
Okay.
carved ice-sized pearl, and its power is, Eric, like it repels like predators of the sea. Like, are you
Yeah.
happy
right.
with that as a description?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Like, if I was going to get if I was going to get attacked by like a sea lion or something like that, I could be like back,
Or a shark.
and it would,
Yeah, it would be like-
and it won't approach me.
It's gonna do
right?
vampire
I
things.
can turn undead, basically. I can turn sea creature.
Yeah, you can turn
Turn
sea
sea
It's kind
creatures.
of, you know what I mean? Like, that's what
Awesome.
I imagine it can do in
You're a
some
cleric
kind of
of
way.
the ocean.
Yeah, right? And that's what I imagine.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. Caleb.
Sorry. I was super excited about this because I got this.
No,
one.
no, that
I'm
gave me
I'm
time to
so-
think.
Mermaids.
I am so into this. I am I am impossibly into this right now.
So Eric, if you want to be the younger sister, I was thinking I could be the older sister and be like, I don't know, like 34, 35. And I went to mermaids and asked them for unnatural like youth and beauty. Right? So like maybe I got like I got deformed or something. And I went to them and I was like, can I like be a maiden again?
Yeah, they gave you like a glamour from
Right,
the
right,
mermaids.
yeah.
Yeah,
That is intriguing.
totally. And what do you need to do to keep it? I've got it. Well, actually, so first, let's just like take a moment to talk about tone. Obviously, this is like a dark and spooky game. How dark and spooky do we want to get? Because I've got an idea and I like it, but like
I'm done with dark and spooky to the max.
yeah, cool. Okay, so like once every
I'm
year,
fine with mostly anything. I hate horror, but
yeah, I think once every year you have to like God, what's the how to word this? You have to like drink the breath and the kiss of a dying, drowning man.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
That's the price.
Oh yeah.
So
Fucking mermaids,
I have to
guys.
kill
Mermaids.
someone who would survive.
Not
Or-
necessarily. You just
Yeah.
have to like someone has to be drowning underwater, and you have
Right.
to like steal their
And I have
last
to,
breath in a kiss.
Awesome.
That's what
Yeah,
you got to
I'm
do. That's the
totally
fucking
on board
deal.
with that. Let's
If
do
you
it.
break the deal,
Let's
they'll
do
come
it.
for you. Yeah,
So once a year I have to do that.
once a year, and I think for the purposes of narrative convenience, I think we're coming right up on
Yeah,
that. We're
of
coming right
course.
up on
Yeah,
that time.
get real close to that line.
Just what a
This is so
crazy
good.
random happenstance.
I'm down with it.
Steal the last breath of a drowning man in a kiss. I'm just gonna write that down.
Naturally.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
that's
What else
obvious.
is a fucking mermaid gonna ask for?
Yeah.
What, do you think these were nice mermaids? Come on. And then
of course not.
Morton, what's Sterren
Yes.
got? Sterren's got a knack. What is your knack?
Yes. I'm not exactly sure. I was thinking it's an unnatural knack to know where people hide things. Like,
Oh, totally.
It's tough to explain. It's a bit more of a case of
A lot.
I just get an as uneasy. Yeah, like when I'm walking around a shipyard, for example, I go, "There's something behind this wall." I think.
Yeah, you
And
always know. where
9 times
people
out of
hide
10, there
things.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
super
great. Yeah, or if you know, like you're searching a body, you just like you always
Yeah.
know where they would have put their spare change. You're just like, I bet you it's this pocket, and you reach in there, and lo and behold.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck. And I think like, how is it uncanny?
Yeah.
Because that's fucking impossible.
Yeah.
So Sterren's knack
Yeah, like-
always knows where to look for. Always knows
I
where
don't
to
know
look.
those secrets.
Always knows where to look for a person's hidden things. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Quite useful when it comes. quite
Yeah,
useful.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Y'all are the best crew ever. All right, so we're just about to like start the game proper, and we're talking about taking a break. So before we do anything else, I am just going to explain to you all the system of this game. So,
Do it.
As the MC, one of my jobs is when a wrecker tries something in defiance of my coastline, it's people, it's weather, it's land, it's ghosts, I stop you and I say, not so fast. Then, I ask you what you want if you succeed. I ask or tell the table what will happen if they fail. We go back and forth until like both answers are clear and everyone agrees to the stakes. Then the wrecker gathers their dice. You get 1 die to start with for bravery and desperation, plus 1 die if your life or sanity is on the line. Then you get plus 1 die if the skill or virtue helps, minus 1 die if one clearly would be necessary and you don't have it. You get plus 1 die if a good contact is involved. If an ill contact is in your way, you get minus 1 die. You get plus 1 die if a talisman, knack, or accord helps. Otherwise, if something ghostly is involved, you take minus 1 die. People are not normally good at dealing with that kind of shit. If you're left with no dice, you roll 2d6 and take the lower. If any of the dice show up at a 4+, you get what you want. If none of the dice turn up higher than a 3, you fail as established and bad shit happens.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the system.
Cool. There's no compromise. It's either succeed or fail.
There's no compromise inside the succeed or fail.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. So like,
no, I'm cool with this.
We
All right,
might
works
have
for me.
that.
No,
Cool.
that makes sense to me. Awesome. All right, cool. Then with that all being out of the way, I'm so excited about this game. So hopefully you are too, and we'll see you on the other side of the breaks. We'll see you in 6 minutes. All right, don't go anywhere.
Cool.